Hello guys, I am just a random fangirl and welcome back to my channel. This time we'll be reacting to the Untamed only season, episode number 6. Oh my god, it's been a while since I watched one of these. I had a lot going on in my life and I just haven't had a good time. Didn't got time. There's a lot going on in my life, or there was a lot going on in my life. So yeah, I think as many reactions. The last time I watched one of these episodes was about 2 months ago, so it's been a while. But if I'm not mistaken, we are dealing with the whole thing about the water monsters, spirits, thingies, and yeah, our boy Wenning just got, like, I don't know, something happened in the boats and now he's unconscious, and we got a lot of great moments with, in general, the siblings, a lot of siblings in this drama, and I love it. And yeah, there's a lot of sketchy things going on in here, but yeah, there's a lot of things. I really would want to talk more in detail about last episode, but it was a while ago since I watched it. I'll try to rewatch the first 5 episodes when I have time to actually make notes and stuff, but until that time comes, you're stuck with me. You're stuck with me not being actually not actually making notes. But let's hope that for the next reaction I have my notes in order and I have finally had some time to get in order my relationship and character diagram. So yeah, but it's been easy because I have been watching like the diagram I did, and it has helped me a lot with remembering names and sects and relationship between one character and another. And because we are, I mean, like, this is an interesting show, definitely, because, well, it's an interesting show. There's a lot going on all of the time and a lot of characters a lot of the time, so it has been really interesting to make that diagram. But anyway, I think that we're ready, so let's hit play. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is going to be a highlighted reaction, but if you want to catch the full-length, uncut, unedited reactions, I am going to leave you my Patreon account in the description box down below, and feel free to check it out. We are a bunch of episodes ahead in there as well. And I think that that's it, so without further ado, let's just jump into this reaction, shall we? Okay. So let me just... yeah, move this over. Oh my god, my desk is literally a mess, so... okay, I think that everything is ready to go. So yeah, let's just go ahead and do the reaction. Okay.
美女，天生的美女，你魏无羡，温柔
Yeah,
贤
that's
惠，勤俭持家。还有还有家世。
that is a lot of standards.
不能太多，魏无羡，嗓门不能太大。
Oh my god.
还跑魏无羡，魏无羡，还有胸围不能太高，还有。
But not too capable. Oh god.
我让你说，魏无羡。
Well, this is bad. Oh no, the nonchalant attitude. Well, you know, I mean,
都说啊，来得
it's
早
not
不
as
如来得
bad as
巧
it
啊。
looks like.
既然旺基兄你来了，那不如我们一起坐下来
No,
喝一杯。
do not try to
好好
bribe
聊聊。
him. It's not going to
人生
work.
不知处，敬酒。
Yeah, I think that we
反正
already had that
别这么古
conversation.
板嘛。今天大家降了水行渊，立了功，庆祝一下嘛。
Yeah, I think that maybe you should.
你们几个到戒律堂领罪。
Well, yeah,
什么
that's
堂
to be expected.
他是什么？哎呦，南战，你看，他们醉成
Oh
这
my
样
god.
肯定走不了路了。要不然这样吧，你还是陪我坐下，我们俩喝一杯，好好的聊一聊。
Yeah, I have a
Ay,
feeling
Nana.
that that's not going to
你们
work.
不去，我找人来请。
哎，
What is that? There's always so much happening in these episodes.
南战，
What did you make?
南战，
What is that?
南战，
What did he do? What the hell? How is this working? I do not understand. That is so much power to have. Oh my god. Oh god.
我没骗你
Hey
吧？
honey,
好喝吧？
I don't know. I
南
don't
战，
think he's used to alcohol. To
南战，你脸皮这么厚的吗？厚到连红都透不出来了。
Oh my god. Did he just
My
pass out?
啊，
Yeah, I mean, he's really not used to alcohol,
南
right?
战，
Oh my god, what are you
请帮
doing,
个事好不
baby?
好
No! No, he
别坐
can't!
我这儿啊！啊！
Oh my god. What were you expecting? Oh, baby. You bring chaos wherever you go.
想不到平日高高在上的蓝二公子，也会落在我的手上。
Well, I mean, not by his own will. Oh god.
蓝二，
That is harsh.
也好，
Honey. No worries. You don't
你
need a
们男
wife.
士是不是每
You'll
个
get a
人都这么
husband.
无趣啊？你爹就跟你一样无趣，那你娘岂不是很无聊啊？
我没有母亲。
怎么可能没有母亲？你从石
Okay.
头缝里蹦出来的呀？
Baby, just read the room. Read the room. Yeah. Read the room, baby.
我4岁的时候，父母就说我，
Okay, so we're
按
sharing
理
and
说应
bonding.
该也是记事的时候了。但是现在回想起来，我只记得那些被野狗追赶的情景。
That is
爹娘长什么
awful.
样，我已经记不得了。我只记得一个情景，我娘扶着我骑在驴子上，爹在前面走，娘好像讲了一个笑话，然后爹笑了。
They seemed happy. Well, this is so sad. Now I'm depressed.
蓝湛，来，这杯酒我敬你。不，应该是敬我们。同是天涯沦落人，今朝有酒今朝醉。来，干了。
Well, that is actually kind of nice. Wow. So, okay. Pause there. I am sorry. I will try not to pass it as much, but so that is really sad. Both. Well, I mean, of course, it was more Wei Wuxian sharing than Lan Shan, because Lan Shan, as it is, do not speak as much. So, wow, that was heavy. I think that I always feel bad for kids when they have to go through life without, you know, their parents, without proper family, without people that actually care about them, because it's such a sad thing, and it is a constant in a fiction world and our world as well. So I just think that it's really sad. It breaks my heart, and yeah, I guess that there's a lot of ways that you can look at it, like try to remember at least the good things that you can, because of course it seemed like Wei Wuxian was really young when that happened, and then the whole thing with the dogs, that has to be terrifying. I remember that not until I got a dog of my own, and being a child, I was pretty much afraid of them because, well, a lot of street dogs in my area are just so fucking big, and I don't know, a lot of my family members were kind of scared of them, so I guess that just kind of passed on to me, and I was kind of afraid of them, and of course it has to be really traumatic for someone that small. And wow, it really sounds like Wei Wuxian had a really rough childhood, and I do not wish that upon anyone. So that is really sad. But it is also really interesting that we are getting a little bit more of Lan Shan's past as well, and the fact that we don't know pretty much anything about his parents. But now we know that he doesn't have a mother, so probably she's dead, or maybe, I don't know, maybe she abandoned them when they were really little, or maybe she died in childbirth, or, you know, there's a lot of options about why he doesn't have a mom around. And another thing that I've noticed is that the whole sect, right? I mean, like, I think that I talked about that in last episode or something like that. Like, it was 2 months ago. I really do not remember all that well what I talked about, but I kind of remember finding it a little bit weird that the sect leader right now is Lan. Wait, I know the name. His name is, oh my god, I don't remember his name. Churen. I think that it's something like that. And not their dad. So now that I kind of think about it, maybe it's because the dad is also not in the picture. I don't really know why, but they seem really close. Well, I mean, Lan Huan most than Lan Shan, but at least Lan Huan seems kind of close to his own call. And I mean, like, the fact that he's the sect leader, and I don't know, I think that is weird. Maybe their dad is also not in the picture, so that is rough, but that is something that they can bond over. So yeah, wow, hard. Don't tell me that Lan Shan is still here. Oh my god, he is. Oh god, this is so bad. How is he going to explain this? I mean, like, you could hide him. He seems pretty passed out. Honey, it's not the time to be laughing. Oh my god, he's a child.
无限。可是藏色散人的
正是魏长泽公子和藏色散人之子。
怪不得这个魏。
But yeah, they were really shocked by that. And I mean, I get it. The only way that it worked is it was because somehow Wei Wuxian was kind of controlling him. Oh, honey. No, baby. But you were really not at fault.
我们偷喝酒确实违反了蓝氏家规，但是蓝湛他是
胡闹。
Well, he's trying to explain.
你的禁闭还未关足，竟又惹出祸端。你是想把云深不知处搅成什么样子才肯罢休？ 你不要以为你母亲是藏色。
先生，您认识家母？
Huh. So he doesn't know his
先生，
parents'
闭嘴
importance. So many questions.
王姬，魏公子非兰氏中人，而你却是明知故犯，忘记知错。
泽无君，是我拉
Like
两战和
kind of
并
true.
不是自愿的。
忘记知错，愿领重罚。
你这个人怎么自己找罚受啊？
为
Well,
首者魏婴，罚戒尺300下。蓝湛与魏无羡同罚，其他众人每人50下戒尺。
上看得很。
so I am sorry. I'm going to keep passing, but okay. So that is really interesting because, of course, that was how it was done in those times. You know, you have the rules, you have to obey by the rules, and you know, at the very least, it's going to get you in trouble, and the punishments are something not to be reckoned with. So yeah, no, I get it. They seem to be in a really strict sect. So yeah, that's about right. But the thing is that we know that Wei Wuxian takes everything. I mean, like, not everything, but takes a lot of the rule things as a joke, as really not caring that much because he's a free spirit. And I admire that of him. I really like him. I love him. I want him to be alright. But it's kind of, I don't know, upsetting and sad to be seeing Lan Shan also take the fall for that, take the blame for that. And you know, at the very least, it's not with whips, because I think at the very least, the 2 books that I read about Danmei, the only 2 books that I have read, oh my god, the Scumbulance Self-Saving System and the Husky and his White Cat Shizun. In both of those novels, actually, I think that most of the time they use whips to deal with the punishments, and I think that whips are harsher than what they are using here. So maybe it's because, I mean, like, it sounds like a pretty harsh punishment, but it's not whips, so it has to be a little bit tamer at the very least. So I'm hoping that it doesn't really get too bad. Of course, their backs are going to be suffering a lot, but at the very least, I am hoping that there's no actual, like, open wounds, or not as many as there would be with another kind of punishment. So yeah, no, that sounds about right. It's harsh, but it was done that way. So yeah, but it's really interesting about how we're getting to know Lan Shan as a character, and the fact that he just owned the mistake even when he was not actually in fault. I think that that's, of course, a lot to do with the fact that he has been living in this sect his entire life, so the rules are something that he values a lot, in contrast, of course, to Wei Wuxian. But I am also kind of worried about the relationship now, and if this is maybe going to strain it a little bit more. I don't know, like, so many things. We'll discuss that in the discussion segment of the episode, but aha!
水行院
Wait,
白铜线
I don't speak Chinese! What are they saying? What was that? So I'm guessing that that was some kind of communication thingy? What did she said? Was she communicating about the things that she's been
阴
trying
铁在
to
水中
investigate? Yeah. Okay, so it's in the water. That is interesting. So actually, I think that it's been a while since we've seen the Wen leader. I wonder who that could be. This place is so fucking beautiful.
蓝湛，
Oh my god, he looked annoyed. Yeah, okay, so their goons are not as severe as they could have been. So that is good.
蓝湛，这种好地方你怎么不跟我说啊？太不够意思了。
你怎么进来的？
族军让我进来的呀。
Oh god. Future brother-in-law helping out. Oh my god, he's... Oh god. Oh god, he's... He's too much.
哦，好凉啊！
I could assume.
啊，真的好凉。
Oh baby.
哎呀，哦，好凉，好凉啊啊，好冷啊！
不要乱扑。
我知道，可是这水太冷了，我要是不折腾的话，我就会血液凝固。
I don't think that's how it works, honey. Wait. Don't tell me that they are... Okay, so... Crazy theory time. But really crazy, because that sounded almost like a fucking monster that just was dragging them down with them. But okay, so hear me out. What if... So, okay, just hear me out. What if this was just some kind of crazy coincidence? Because when Ching was just a moment ago talking with his clan leader about the Jin Iron being in underwater or stuff like that, and then they are underwater and maybe they unlock a magical portal because of, I don't know, gay magic. The power of love and flirting and planning dates, and I don't know, maybe it just unlocked another chamber, a dungeon, and now they are stuck in it, and now they're going to find the Jin Iron. So that would be crazy, because they are not even actively searching for the Jin Iron. I don't think that either of them actually know about the Jin Iron, so maybe they will be like, oh, look, what a beautiful piece of iron. Let's just bring it with us, because it would be a souvenir for our first date. I don't know. Something like that. And then when Ching is like, well, this is super coincidental, but I was actually looking for that iron, and she steals it or something. Or maybe they're going to destroy the iron by chance. I don't know what these pieces of iron do or what power do they hold, so I'm not really sure if they can be destroyed. But I'm just saying that it would be crazy if they were just like, oh, I happened to stumble across the thing that evil guy is searching for. What a coincidence. That would be crazy. I'm sorry if I'm talking funny, but I bit my tongue yesterday, and it's just kind of weird and it hurts, so yeah.
他不攻击我，
Maybe because you're a
应该
land.
是看到你的蓝狮子。
Aha! I knew it. I am smart. Oh! Wow! That was something. Yeah. Oh my god, he's so gorgeous. Oh, and there's rabbits. This is an interesting cave. Why are there rabbits here?
这兔子头上为何会？
Okay. Okay, so we're in this cave. This secret... wait. We're in this secret tunnel. Oh my god, why did I not learn that song? Okay, wait. Okay. Yeah, I knew it. I knew that I was going to be able to find lyrics. I just knew it. So, let me remember if I... Let me see if I remember the lyrics, because it's been at least a month since I watched something of this show, so... I do not remember the... I just remember the secret tunnel, secret tunnel. Well, you know what song I'm talking about. Anyway, so they're in this secret tunnel, and this secret tunnel has a weird guchin that I really don't know how to pronounce it. I've read it many times, but I don't know how to pronounce it. If it's Gukin or Guchin, I don't know. So let me know in the comment section. But so there's this secret tunnel that they access because of the power of true magic gay love, and now there's a Guchin that's basically alive and attacking everyone who is not from the clan, so their only option is to get married on the spot, which, you know, I'm not complaining. And then we have a lot of rabbits that apparently are wearing the land's headband. So of course my theory is that if they access this secret tunnel because of love. So if they don't get married, they will turn into rabbits. Yeah. That's my super believable, super fundamented, super credible theory. Now, but in all seriousness, so I don't think that Lanshan knew about the existence of this, so I'm thinking that probably the only two people who, you know, are the most probable to know about this place are the uncle and Lan Huan, because he is the successor, right? So, I mean, like, and they've been having a lot of secret meetings, discussing a lot of secret stuff, so I couldn't put it past them to have also a secret tunnel in their secret conversations. So, don't tell me that they're really going to find the Chin Iron thing. Maybe that's what this good king is protecting. I don't know where the rabbits come from. Maybe, I mean, like, my guess could be that all of the intruders who are not lands are transformed into rabbits if the Gukin doesn't kill them because of secret tunnel magic and something like that, but I don't think so now because they're wearing Lance headbands, so maybe they are former Lance? I don't know. This is weird.
What?
Well, I mean, like, is that a preposition, honey? Are you proposing to him? Well, if this is not marriage, then I don't know what it is. They're married now. Congratulations. They are so married. He's so cool. He has no business being that cool. So yeah, now they're married. The secret tunnel did it again. Oh, this spirit is a pretty lady. A really pretty lady. I can't learn Chinese. I don't know Chinese. Who is her?
叔父，
So many questions.
忘记和魏公子，未必就是遇到了什么不测。
Wait,
我已
what?
经派人四处寻找了。
Wait, what? Wait, what? I was trying to figure out who the lady was. It's possible that Wang Ji and Child Wei are just fine. Oh, so they noticed that they are, like, disappeared. I mean, like, they're going to be furious when they find out that they were just, like, eloping.
未必就是遇到了什么不测。
山雨欲来呀！
So, wait, before we get to anything more like profound than that. I'm sorry, I know that I'm pausing a lot in this episode, and that's a new thing that I'm trying. I've seen some reactions actually pause during the reaction, not a lot, but in some parts, to clarify their thoughts without missing anything in the episode. So I'm trying that. If it's too annoying, just let me know and I'll try to not stop. But okay, so, and that was what I was going to say. Like, if I don't do this, a lot of the times I just I don't remember the things that I was going to talk about when we are in the discussion segment. So now I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah. I remember. I mean, like, it was really something so stupid. But so right here, when he says, "In all solemnly, boys, a storm is coming," you could say that winter's coming. So I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but I know that line because I think that everyone knows that line. I don't know what it means, but I don't know, it sounded like a good place for an out of context Game of Thrones reference, because I haven't said it, I don't know what it means, but it sounded like a moment where it could be. But anyway, so I'm really not sure if he's talking about him being worried that, you know, Wei Wuxian, and because apparently he knew his mother, is going to be a bad influence on Lan Shan. And I mean, like, yeah, that's kind of fair, because he's kind of being a bad influence on him already. So I can definitely see where he's coming from. But at the same time, I'm not really sure if he's just talking about that, or if he knows that there is something much bigger that we still, as the audience, do not know a lot about. We just know that the Winds are trying to get this gene iron that apparently was a really messy thing in the past, and they're trying to get it for, you know, reasons. And maybe they kind of know it. I mean, like, they are onto them, and now they were talking to the Nie sect leader guy, and now maybe they're worried because Wei Wuxian and Wang Ji are missing, or maybe they know about the cave and they're worried that they might have been dragged to this tunnel, to this cave, and that they maybe are going to be able to retrieve the gene iron. I don't know. I really don't know. There's a lot going on in these episodes. Like, there's a lot moving parts. All of the characters are going through some specific shit, and all of those things that are happening are colliding, but at the same time are not colliding at the same time. There's just so much information all of the time, and I love it, but it's also just like frying my brain. Okay, so now we're ready for the
这件事是我这辈子所犯最大的错，而我为此也付出了用毕生灵力压制阴铁的代价。
So she has it. I fucking knew it. Can't she destroy it or something? Don't give it to them. I would prefer for it to stay here. It sounds like it's really well guarded. But I mean, if her energy is decaying.
这阴铁究竟是怎么回事？
That's a really good question. I want to know.
刚才的那些喊杀声，究竟来自何处？
I think they're memories from the
封禁
past.
们法力日渐消散，我的灵识也越来越弱。你们又来了，这难道就是天意？
Are we sure? I don't know.
几百年前，这块
I think that he's.
你们的下场会和我一样的。
Oh my god. Oh!
后来五大世家决定镇压阴铁，将其断成碎片，置于四方灵脉充沛之处。
Can it be
为
like
防止
really
重蹈覆
destroyed?
辙， 五大世家协定，再也不对后世提起阴铁之事。
So no one of the next generations know
前
about
辈
it.
恕晚辈直言，如果这阴铁真的可以吸纳天
I
地
don't
之
know,
气，
baby.
若是我们加以利用的话，未必不能。
魏婴，
Yeah, I know. Like that's what I
没想
was
到
saying.
魏公子，你说的和我当年所想如出一辙。
That is
我
that
身
was
为女子，
her mistake.
自今人来
丹，前辈可知道此
I
事？
mean, this is great because now Wei Wuxian maybe can get some of his answers resolved. Like, I don't think that his curiosity is going to be satisfied with just that, but I can only hope that he learns a little bit from her mistakes.
蓝印，你可知你这一去会有什么后果？我并非出于一己私欲，而是为了蓝氏一门着想。你为何阻拦于我？阴铁愿力凶险异常，前人尚且无法将其净化，你可曾想过，你一旦开启封印，却控制不了，那……我身为蓝氏家主，创立咸沙术，前人不能之事，不代表我辈就不可以。
I mean, like, I get it. I really cannot blame her for thinking about like that because
之后的事情，你们也猜到了。我终是无法度化阴铁，不仅无法将他们度化，我还闯下了大祸。阴铁被我临时封印，而我却
okay.
再也不能离开这里。
It makes sense. Oh my god, don't tell me that's where it ends. Wow, that was such an intense episode. Oh god. I loved it. I fucking loved it. There is so much to talk about. I'm like... Yeah, no, this was great. This was great. It gives us a lot of context and a lot of answers to what the gene iron is. Oh my god. That was great! So, I am going to make a cut and I'll be back in a bit to break the episode down. So, okay, so a lot of the things that I wanted to say about the show in general, about the episode, I already kind of said them during the episode because I was pausing and all of that stuff. So this discussion segment shouldn't be longer than half an hour, but I am not making any promises because there's a lot. The thing about this is that there's a lot going on in all of these episodes. There's just too much information, too much details that you can get from it. So I think that is really interesting. It's really great. I don't know, I just really like the storytelling in this live action adaptation. I think that it's great because there are so many things going on in the episode. There are just so many things that you can choose to focus on. And yeah, so no. There we go. So, of course, I think that one of the things that I am really interested in in all of these sects rules, right? And I don't have a lot of experience with Chinese culture, except for the things that I actually looked into and all of the things that I picked up from reading the other two novels that I have read. I think that it's fairly common for sects that they have their rules, and I think that it kind of depends on the sect how strict those rules are and what they are regarding to, right? I think that it's also depends on what path of cultivation you are choosing to follow. At least on the husky and his white cat Shizun, it was like different. You had the sect rules, and then you had another set of rules with your Shizun, and then you had another set of rules depending on the cultivation path that you were following. I don't think that we have as many rules yet, like different rules, but what I think is that in this sect, in the Gusulan, they have a lot of rules, and the thing is that those rules are so hard and so, I don't know, weird in some ways. Like, there are a lot of rules that I think you kind of see repeated in a lot of sects, in a lot of different stories, but dude, like, really? Do not drink alcohol? Really? Or not, what? They can't be out with a curfew, and I think that there was a rule about not running, and what? There are so many rules. They are so strict. So of course it makes sense that because this is a really strict sect that they are in right now, the punishment for breaking those rules could be as strict as apparently they are. Because, I don't know, I think that this, I mean, like, the thing is that for what I know, for what all of the information that I have on Wei Wuxian in these 6 episodes is that he's not really particular fond of the rules. He's a troublemaker. And I get it. There are so many rules that just don't make sense, and it doesn't sit well with him. So of course the rules that don't make sense, he's just going to break them because they don't make sense to him. He doesn't seem to really take into consideration that, well, I don't know, I think that rules are there for a reason, right? But I don't know, in the first day, you could, instead of reading all of the rules out loud, you can actually try to make the students understand why these rules are in place. And then, have conversation. But I don't think that that's the way that they do it here. So of course there's a lot of things that Wei Wuxian does not get, does not understand. He doesn't have the culture in these kind of places to actually follow it through, because apparently the place where he grew up in with his other siblings, it's really more carefree. And so when him, that it's such, Wei Wuxian has such troublemaker energy. He's a gremlin. He is chaos personified. So of course when he crashes into this place where there are just so many rules, and so many rules nonsensical to him, he's not going to follow them. I think that for what we've seen, Wei Wuxian also struggles to just, in general, authority and rules. And I mean those rules that pretty much everyone follow, and like the rules of the cultivation path, and not using resentful energy, and all of those things, right? But because this show, the original novel, the original books are called the Grand Master of Demonic Cultivation, we know that that is not going to stop him. But the thing is that because he has such troubles just following rules in general, when there are these smaller rules, nonsensical rules, he's not going to think twice before breaking them. And I think that it's understandable. There are a lot of rules that I would personally not follow, but I'm just trying to say that it makes sense, the punishment, because strict place equals strict rules equals strict punishments. So it was strict. I don't think that it's going to keep Wei Wuxian from doing his own thing, but it could have been a worse punishment. Moran has been punished for less than that. But again, it depends on the sect, it depends on the rules, and it depends on the punishment. So I think that the punishment was a little bit high for just drinking, because that's all they did. I mean, like, I think that they snuck out too, but they only drank, and that's it. They were pretty much sober the next morning, so they weren't doing anything while drunk or anything. They just drank alcohol. That's it. And I'm not really sure how old they are supposed to be in here. I'm going to assume that they are probably 17 to 18. I need to look that up to see if they have said anything about the age, but I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe they did and I forgot. But yeah, like they were having pretty much harmless fun. So of course it's a bother that this is such a strict place, for not saying it other way, that they can't even have fun. It sucks. It really does. But then Wei Wuxian, because he is the way that he is, and he doesn't understand how things work out here, or maybe he understands how things work in Guzulan, but he doesn't really seem to care that much. He just corrupts Lan Shan to do his every whim, and yeah, that backfires. And the thing is that in general, Wei Wuxian and Lan Shan have really, how to say it, opposite personalities, opposite perceptions of the world, and I think that that is really interesting. That would make for a lot of great story and a lot of conflict, because they have, I mean, like, fundamentally they are of course good people, right? Wei Wuxian does not mean harm for anybody, and he's really skilled and he's really smart, but he has this disdain for order and the way things are. And the thing is that when you are someone really smart and with no regards for the rules, you are a creative person, you are inventive, but it is really probable that you step out of line, and that is not going to sit well with the sects. And I think that's ultimately where Wei Wuxian's character is kind of going, because he's really smart, so he of course can make a lot of great discoveries. I think that in the first episode they were saying about a compass that he made that was still being used, and about other invention of his. I'm not really sure what it was called, but they were using it to attract the ghost in the first episode, and apparently it was an invention of Wei Wuxian, and he was, if I remember correctly, basically saying that all of these sects, all of these righteous sects, were kind of hypocrites because they were using all of these inventions that he did, but at the same time preaching that he is evil, right? That there's only one correct way to do cultivation. And I think that it's such a thin line between innovating and taking a lot of risks, more risks than you need to take. And I'm not really sure if Wei Wuxian understands that thin line. I really don't know. But anyway, the point is that at the core, they are both two good people. They are trying to use their power and their smarts to help people. The thing is that they are approaching it very differently, and that could mean a lot of confrontation and a lot of, well, challenging each other's views. So I think that is really interesting. I really don't know what kind of spell, well, not spell, but thing Wei Wuxian used here to make basically Lan Shan obey him. I did not thought that was a thing. Like, oh my god. And yeah. So the thing is, because Wei Wuxian doesn't have any regard for the rules, he's just compelling Lan Shan to break the rules with him. And that is something bigger to Lan Shan than it is to Wei Wuxian. Wei Wuxian is here and being like, well, you're breaking the rules with me, there's no way that you will tell on me now, right? And, you know, breaking the rules, it's not such a bad thing. And Lan Shan, as soon as he has the opportunity, is like, no, I broke the rules, I deserve the punishment, no matter what the situation was. And I think that is a really interesting part of his character. But a good thing that happened with all of this situation is that they had a little bit more time to talk about themselves and things that probably they couldn't have said at this point, at least, in any other condition. So I think that it's really great that they bonded a little bit over all of the situation. Also, it's really interesting about the headband and about having that that special meaning to it. I just think that it's really cool. It's really great because now you know why they have it and how it is important. So of course, when he decides to help out Wei Wuxian in the cave, it means that he's, you know, he doesn't hate Wei Wuxian. He's willing to lend him his headband, even when the headband is not technically touching him. But I am really curious to see if there's an instance where he's going to let Wei Wuxian touch the headband just because. And how that means that their relationship is changing, because right now Lan Shan is in this kind of headspace of, well, you know, I am kind of drawn to this person, but he is basically the whole opposite of me, and maybe I am curious about him, but then he does something that I do not approve of, and everything goes to hell again, and I don't really know how to communicate my feelings, and I don't really know how to share, and I am not willing to admit even to myself that I may enjoy his company. And yeah, he's in that confused headspace. So I don't know, I think that one of the most interesting things to watch in every romantic relationship, it's if they don't get along since the beginning, it's just witnessing how their perceptions around each other change over time and how their relationship evolves. I think that one live action, one drama that did this excellent for me and really naturally was, of course, Word of Honor. To see how their relationship changed, not dramatically, but just it changed across all of the episodes in a really organic way until they were basically married by episode 12. So I am really curious to see how the relationship is going to develop and the step backs that they are going to have to take, and you know, when they are in that point of being ready to die for one another. I just think that that is really great. But in this episode, at the very least, we are taking a step forward in their whole relationship and their whole dynamic, because they are opening up to one another even in their circumstances that they were opening to each other. So I'm really curious about Wei Wuxian's name, mother's name, because I don't remember if they were talking about his mother at the end of the episode or if they were talking about someone else. So I just have to check a little bit. I think that he says his name. I think that, yeah, they say the name here then. Okay, Wei Changse and Kangse Sanren. Okay, so she's not the person that they were talking about later on. I don't know, because no, it was a different name. For a moment I thought that they were talking about his mother, but apparently not. But it's really interesting about Wei Wuxian's parents, because I assume that, well, I mean, like, I hadn't thought about his parents at all until this point. And apparently his parents were as smart as he is and as talented as he is. So I think that is really interesting. I want to see if they died because of some specific reason, or if it has nothing to do with the plot. But, you know, I am guessing that it has to do something with the plot, because Wei Wuxian ended up being basically adopted by the Yangs. So there's just so much that we don't know by this point. Like, why? How? And the fact that Lan Qiren knows his mother, and, you know, that's a whole other complicated thing on its own. I think that that is really impressive and really great. So yeah, the punishment, and yeah, I mean, it was kind of a harsh punishment for the crime, but it could have been worse. So nah, it was kind of harsh. I mean, it was 300 strikes, right? Yeah, it was kind of hard, but that's how they did things back then. So yeah, that's fair. I don't think that this is going to stop Wei Wuxian for misbehaving, but let's just see. Let's take it one day at a time. And again, I really love seeing their relationship together, because I think that all of the three of them have such distinctive personalities, and they merge really well together. I think that, for example, Yang Cheng really cares about Wei Wuxian and, of course, his sister, but because he has this, I don't know, temper, he doesn't really seem to show his emotions all that well either. Like, I think that it was 2 episodes ago when he was masking him being worried with just anger, and I think that that is the circumstance for many of his emotions. So of course he seems angry a lot of the time, so I think that it's really interesting, their dynamic, because you know that he cares, but he's not really well at communicating it. And Wei Wuxian has this personality that just, oh my god, he can be such a headache sometimes. And then Jian Li seems to be kind of the mediator between the two of them. She just de-escalates the situation and really, you know, reminds them that they love each other. So yeah, I just think that it's great, but it also really breaks my heart, because, you know, future, we know what happens in the future, and I just don't understand. I need more information. I don't get it. Everything is going to go wrong. And then Seo Yun just being great. I mean, like, he is also strict because, of course, he's in this sect, but he seems nice. I mean, like, I think that he will make a good sect leader. I just know it. I love him. And yeah, a little bit of the, and then the Jin Iron in the water. So yeah, it was basically luck and random things happening for them to find the iron, the gene iron. I am sorry, I don't know why my throat. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, like, the relationship, it's really interesting, and I really like seeing developing a little bit more. It's such a great thing. And yeah, we have basically the whole backstory about this lady and how she is like Wei Wuxian in so many ways, and I hope that Wei Wuxian can learn a little bit from her story, but I don't know, like, the story is called Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation, so I am not really. I would not be surprised if he ends up making a lot of her mistakes as well. So yeah, it was a really interesting story, but what I am thinking and what I am wondering, it's about the name, the girl that they say. Okay, so the spirit, it was called Lan Shi or Lan Ji. Oh yeah, and those two. I think that I've said all that I needed to say about them, like them not communicating, but at the same time wanting to be with each other, but it's weird, and they are kind of betrothed and they don't know how to act around each other, and it's weird and embarrassing and a lot of things, and I just wish that they could talk to each other, but of course not, because if we had communication of any sorts, the story would be cut short, so we can't have that. But this lady, she said that she was friends with some lady that Wei Wuxian apparently knows, and it's not his mother, as we established before, so I'm really curious to see how he knew that woman. Like, what? There's just so much things that we don't know about. And the whole gene iron and the story between her and the gene iron and how the gene iron was created and the power that it holds. And oh my god, I feel like that is foreshadowing. I just think that it's foreshadowing what is going to happen to Wei Wuxian, and I don't like it. Oh, there is so much going on. We had so much information. So yeah, fun times. Anyway, so I think that that's it for this episode. I am really, really wanting to know what's going to happen next, but so if you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to leave a like or a comment. Anything you want could be highly appreciated. And if you want to know when I upload my reactions, I'm going to leave you my Patreon account in the description box down below, and feel free to check it out. I guess that's it, so we'll be seeing each other on the next reaction. Bye!